canyon hill, where the silence always speaks, dust covered up the welcome sign, like a year's between the weeks. The saloon's got one light still burning, no faces that I know, just a barkeep with a Bible and a shotgun down below. He said, "You've got the look of sorrow." I said, "That's just my resting face." But we both knew I was lying, like this town forgot my name. I came to find forgiveness, but I parked beside regret. No graves with flowers waiting, just the debts I still don't get. No one waits in Canyon Hill, no porch light left for me. The house is gone, the fields are dry, and even ghost won't speak. I thought the past could hear me through the wind against the sill, but even echoes know no one waits in Canyon Hill. Still haunts the chapel door, carved like it once bled. And I swear I heard her footsteps, though I know she's years dead. I left a note at the altar, just in case she walks back through. But deep down I'm just pretending, like a man without a clue. I lit a match to midnight, hoping fate might show the way. But the only light in Canyon Hill is the fire I threw away. In Canyon Hill, no porch light left for me. The house is gone, the fields are dry, and even ghosts won't speak. I thought the past could hear me through the wind against the sill, but even echoes know no one waits in Canyon Hill.
Porch light never flickered, even when I disappeared. She'd leave the door unlocked at night, like faith lived without fear.
I missed 100 birthdays, showed up soaked in cheap excuse. Still she held my hand like treasure, like her love was bulletproof.
I told her not to count on me, that I just let her down.
She smiled like she'd heard that line in every song in town. And I don't know what kept her when the storms were loud and long, but somehow she stood steady like a lighthouse hums a song. She waited through the weather when I was raining rust through all my torn up pages. She never lost her trust. She could have walked to brighter skies, but stayed through every tether. I never asked for that kind of love, but she waited through the weather.
I came home with nothing left but regret and worn out boots. She said love don't count the miles, it only measures roots.
She cooked my favorite supper like no years had passed at all. And when I cried into my coffee, she just smiled and let it fall.
She said you don't need redemption, just someone who believes. I never needed perfect, just a place for you to breathe.
She waited through the weather while I chased a dying flame. And when the winds would scatter me, she never changed her name. I gave her every reason to leave the past untethered, but she rode home in every storm. She waited through the weather.
I asked her once why she stayed. She said, because you're mine.
She waited through the weather, not for who I said I'd be, but for the man she always saw inside the wreck of me. Now I fold her kindness nightly,
Like a prayer wrapped in a feather, and thank the sky I wasn't lost.
she waited through the weather.
I saw her in a photograph taped behind a diner seat, smiling like she owned the world and never knew defeat. She used to work the corner booth, pouring coffee, dreams, and cream. I was young and chasing thunder, too proud to ever dream. She'd sing along to Springsteen with a voice too soft to stay, and I'd pretend I didn't notice while my chance slipped away. She called me cowboy once or twice, though I never had the boots. Just a heart afraid of quiet and a suitcase full of truth. Back then I didn't know her name, just her laugh and how she moved. I thought love was for the settled, not for boys who still had grooves. Now the jukebox plays reminders of the time I can't reclaim. She gave me light in passing, but I never knew her name. She left that job in '83, said the town was far too still. I heard she made it out to Denver, married some man on a hill.
I stayed behind with habits like the chair she always used, and wondered if she ever thought of the boy who never moved. I tried to write a letter, but I never had her last, so I fold it in a whisper and sing it to the past. Back then I didn't know her name, just the hum of her goodbye. I was too in love with leaving to let her even try. Now my hands are full of nothing but this old cafe in flame. She walked through like an angel, and I never knew her name. Now the corner booth feels colder, though the sun still hits the same. I still sip the cup she poured me back when I didn't know her name.
There was rain on your apartment steps. You said you don't have to go, but I was full of stubborn mouths and fear I couldn't show.
You had candles on the windowsill and coffee going cold. The record played some Conway Twitty like it knew we'd both grow old.
I kissed your cheek, not your lips. That's a choice I still replay.
And every what if that I whisper begins with walking away.
The night was soft as mercy, but my pride was hard as stone. You reached for love with trembling hands, and I left you there alone.
If I had stayed that night, would the stars have felt less far? Would we be two names on one mailbox
And not just memories in a jar.
I still feel your breath in moonlight, I still dream you hold me tight,
But I'll never know the answer if I had stayed that night. I heard you moved to Houston with a man who loves to dance. I hope he sees the way you laugh, like he's been given one more chance.
I fold your name into my prayers like a photograph in flame. I don't wish I had you now, just that I'd stayed and known your name.
The clock forgives no minute, the road forgets no light.
And silence holds more meaning than anything I write.
If I had stayed that night, would your tears have turned to gold? Would we have painted autumn mornings in the house where we grew old? I still feel the echo in the rain that tells me I wasn't right, but I'll always wonder gently if I had stayed that night.
Sometimes love knocks once and leaves when no one answers.
Now I write our story backward into my heart's low candlelight, and I'll always live the question: if I had stayed that night.
I wrote a letter in a diner somewhere west of Abilene, on a napkin stained with coffee and a fingerprint of dreams. You were gone 5 years by then,
but your ghost still hitched a ride in every jukebox song and silence that I kept locked up inside. I never meant to leave that way, didn't think you'd close the door. I was young and full of thunder, now I'm old and keeping score. And every time I tried to mail it, something held me back again. Like maybe pain's more honest when it's only held in pen. This is the letter I never sent, folded tight in consequence, full of words I couldn't say. On the night I walked away, you deserved a better man than the ghost I always meant. So I wrote you down in silence in the letter I never sent. I watched your daughter dancing in a video online. She's got you laugh your way with light and not a trace of mine. I guess you built a better world than I ever thought you could, and I don't blame you for forgetting, I just hoped you never would. And I keep that napkin folded like a relic from the war, between the man I should have been and the one who asked for more. This is the letter I never sent, just ink and cheap lament, but every line still burns like truth, every stain's a piece of youth. If you ever find it drifting like a prayer on accident, just know I loved you quiet in the letter I never sent. And maybe love is realer when it's written, not delivered. So here's to all the might have beens, to mercy, time, and rent, and to you, my never lover, from the letter I never sent.
They said I was my father's son, quiet hands in second place, never raised my voice at anger, never looked pride in the face. They pushed me down in high school hallways, took my heart, left my name. Mama said you rise above it, so I learned how to lose with grace. I wore that silence like a ribbon, like it meant I had control. But deep inside the echo was a man about to roll. You can teach a boy to swallow, but a man learns how to roar. And someday all that pressure kicks the hinges off the door. A man like me don't stay down long. You can bet against me, sure, go on. I've been cracked, I've been bruised, but I don't break, I just move. You might take my time, not my song. A man like me don't stay down long. Lovers who mistook soft for weak, but kindness ain't a coffin,
and quiet ain't defeat. I watched my brother drink his rage till he turned into the man I swore I'd never mimic, but I still understand. You can kick a dog forever till he learns to bite the storm, but I found peace in firelight and rage I can transform. A man like me don't stay down long. You can bend me, but I'm built strong. I've seen shame, I've seen loss, but I still walk like I'm the boss. I don't beg, I rebuild what's gone. A man like me don't stay down long. They said I'd never raise my voice, but I learned how to sing. A man like me don't stay down long. Even thunder knows my song. I've been quiet, not afraid. Now my silence gets repaid. Watch me rise, sing proud and strong. A man like me don't stay down long. No, a man like me don't stay down long.
Night still smells like her perfume and ash from a cigarette. We dance like strangers holding history in a room we won't forget. She poured her soul in paper cups, said this ain't love, it's time on loan. But every word she never said still echoes through my bones. I watched her button up her silence as the sunrise kissed her face. She wore goodbye like lipstick and left without a trace. I asked if I could see her when the sun was high and clear. She said some things are better when the morning isn't near. Some loves ain't meant for mornings, they bloom beneath motel moons. They hold you like a promise, but they vanish with the tune. We were real when clocks were broken and shadows held us tight. Some loves ain't meant for mornings, only born to live by night. About forever, like it was just a place to pass. Shared names like faded tattoos on a window made of glass. She traced the outline of my hand like she was reading Braille of fate, then pulled away so slowly like goodbye arrived too late. She said, don't try to find me in the day you think you knew, not made for afternoon or anything too true. Some loves ain't meant for mornings, they disappear in dawn's regret, like steam across a windshield from the words we never said. We were fire inside a whisper, we were thunder dressed in white. Some loves ain't meant for mornings, but they linger all life long.
You never said goodbye, not really. Just a note with half a name and a postcard from Sedona. No return, no blame. She left her keys on the table next to mine and a broken watch. Said time don't wait on cowards, and I was late by just that much. I found a matchbook from Nevada, folded neatly in my coat, and a lipstick trace on paper that said don't call, just let me float. She was always 10 steps ahead, in boots I never chased, and I wore my silence proudly, like a love I couldn't face. She only wrote me Arizona, never said the word goodbye, just a fading desert skyline and her name beneath the sky. I tried to read between the cactus and the words she left behind, but the only thing she told me was she was done being mine. I still keep that postcard folded in the pocket of my pride. Every woman since has asked me why I leave love outside. I say it's 'cause I met a thunder that looked like common grace. She burned like dusk in silence and vanished without a trace. I could have followed west that night, but I stayed and cursed the floor. And now I sip on her goodbye like a man who wanted more. She only wrote me Arizona, no return, no sweet explain, just a sky in rust and crimson, and her tears in desert rain. I tried to frame it like a story, but the plot just slipped through time, and the only thing she told me was she was done being mine. She never liked goodbyes, so she never gave me one. Now I drive through town she'd love, with her postcard in my coat, still wondering if Arizona was the last thing that she wrote. kettle still whistles at 7, like it did when you were here. I memorized its sadness and the way it hides a tear. The curtains still dance in the morning, though no one pulls them wide. Your robe still hangs behind the door, like it's waiting on your stride. The mailbox holds no letters, but I check it just the same. And I keep our song on vinyl, so I don't forget my name. The clock don't tick the way it used to since you stopped turning keys, but I still light the porch lamp so your ghost knows where I'll be. I still set the table for 2, still pour your favorite tea, still hum the lines you used to miss in that movie's final scene. They say move on and find someone, but they never met you. So I live like you're still coming home. I still set the table for 2. Sweaters in the closet I folded every week, like prayers I keep repeating to a God who doesn't speak. I wear your ring around my neck so it's always close to heart, and I talk to your reflection in the mirror after dark. I've learned the art of waiting, like a lighthouse learns the shore, shining light that no one answers, still hoping nevermore. I still set the table for 2, still leave the porch swing free, still laugh at jokes you used to tell, though now it's only me. They say love dies with distance, but you live in all I do. Every meal, each morning prayer, I still set the table for 2. So if heaven has a window and you're looking down the view, I hope you see the candlelight where I still set the table for 2.
The house was never noisy, but it never felt like peace. Just the hum of empty moments and the weight that doesn't cease. I didn't know I'd build a cage out of calendars and clocks till you walked in with your sunrise and undid every lock. You never fixed me loud, you just sat there with your tea, and somehow all that silence stopped screaming back at me. You didn't bring the lightning, you just opened up the blinds, and I saw the world was turning even when I stayed behind.
You got me through the quiet when the world forgot my name, held my hand like I was something more than just my quiet shame. You never tried to rescue, you just stayed and stayed and stayed. And love like that don't shout, it whispers loud enough to say.
porch light burning, even though you're far from here. Not because I think you're coming, just to thank you for those years. Sometimes love ain't till forever, but it lasts through every fall. And the way you helped me breathe again was the truest gift of all. You didn't promise always, you just promised not to run. And that was more than I had ever heard from anyone. You got me through the quiet, through the long and broken days, pulled me out of my own shadow with a laugh that lit my way. You never tried to save me, you just stood and let me grow. And I still sing your kindness everywhere I go.
And I hope someone makes you feel the way you made me.
You got me through the quiet, now I walk a louder